nervous. So yeah, I'm really nervous.
Hi Mel, how are you?
I'm good, Kendra. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's kind of a little bit overcast and rainy here in Vancouver, but that's pretty typical.
What's going on today?
We have Eco Fashion Week tonight, so it's the last night. It's going to be full of designers. It's a day of exciting things. I'm going to go do an interview with Bun. She is the jewelry. She designs pearl necklaces and jewelry, and she's got some amazing stuff that she has right now. She's just started creating a bra line, so she puts pearls on bras, and they're so stunning. And she started a swimwear line.
Well, it sounds like you have a really full night ahead of you. When are you leaving?
We're gonna be actually going in like 2 minutes. We need to get out of here. So.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too. Mwah. Vancouver Eco Fashion Week is the best event in Vancouver as far as fashion goes, and the message behind it is amazing. It's all about sustainability and not using what you don't need, and learning other ways to live your life in a sustainable way. And it doesn't have to be crazy. And in fashion, it's something that is very easy to do.
My name is Martine. I'm the BC rep for an amazing brand called Arikana par Mariusz. We got invited to Eco Fashion Week 2 weeks ago. We had to put everything together. We recycled wool, we recycled like leather. We try to recycle as much as we can. What we do is we handpick each vintage fur coat, and we transform them. We shade, we dye, we go with her own inspiration. And if the season we want to put some red fur, we're just gonna dye it in red and go with like what we want to do.
Carmen West Creative is a line of vintage-inspired jewelry and accessories handmade by myself. I really believe in the art of recycling. I love taking something old and making it new again, and newly produced things are great, but I love the idea of just taking something old and bringing new life to it. So wherever possible, I try to feature those items within my collection. I would say approximately 25% of the collection is reclaimed, recycled pieces, and the rest of it's new. I look everywhere to find the most unique charms that I can possibly find.
My name's Victoria Ronco, and
I'm Dave Kelly.
And our company is called Divina de Nuevo, which means divine again in Spanish. The entire premise of our line is really taking old pieces that would otherwise end up in a landfill because they're just redundant and not used anymore, and repurposing them and making them into accessories. So anything from skeleton keys to door knockers to cabinet doors, anything, key plates, we love that stuff. Anything that's kind of cool and shiny and old, we love to take it and put it onto pieces of leather. Our pieces are all one of a kind, so we try and take seconds that nobody really wants, the things that they don't like about them, the imperfections, is actually something that we embrace and we use in our design. Fashion is your outward expression, so instead of looking like everybody else, why not embrace that and try and look a little different, and embrace the fact that you do have imperfections and you can wear imperfections, and they're what make people beautiful anyway.
Today I'm going to be going to interview Bun. She is a local designer that creates beautiful, beautiful jewelry out of pearls, and it's all handmade, and there's necklaces, and she makes bras now with intricate stitching and detail. She's young, she is an incredibly hard worker, and I want to pick her brain. I feel like we have a lot of things in common, and it's so nice to see inspiring people that are going after what they love. So Bun, thank you so much for having me in your beautiful, beautiful studio here.
Thank you for coming, it's a pleasure.
I've been a huge fan of your work. Every time I see you out in events and everything, you're always sporting such amazing pieces. So maybe we can start off by you telling me a little bit about what you're wearing today.
The necklace I'm wearing is called Duchess, and then the top that I'm wearing is called Giselle, and it's from my most recent collection, the Monroe collection, the pearl bikini tops.
Tell me, how long does it take to make a piece like this?
Yeah, they're very, very labor intensive. They can take anywhere from 2 to 4 days. And we're talking like 16-hour days. I like to work long days, and I love working on these. I'm currently the only person who is sewing on the pearls and individually knotting them, and I do have girls that come and help me out making the jewelry as well.
So you have 3 different collections. Tell me a little bit about those.
Yeah, so the first collection, the Tutu collection, is very basic pieces, very classic, and they all feature a combination of pearls and Swarovski crystals. And then the most recent pearl necklace collections that I've come out with are Le Fantôme collection and La Petite Fleur collection. And after receiving feedback from the public on the first collection, I really was taking in that feedback, getting more ideas, and I created these 2 new collections, and they really represent the yin and the yang of a woman. I wanted to represent that complexity, the light and the dark.
So now how did you get into this? Because this is blowing up for you, and it's usually the case that when a designer starts to get the press and the recognition that they deserve, it's not like they just started yesterday. So what's your background and how did you get to where you are now?
Yeah, so well, I was taught to sew by my mom and my nana when I was very, very young. And I just remember learning to sew and learning to have an idea and then be able to make it. And that to me was so cool. And there was a sort of magic about that. So I started designing and creating dresses when I was 14. I really got into it. And it just, I mean, it really never stopped. It was always a big hobby. It never developed into a business like this has, but it was something I was doing all the time. And then last year, I wanted to create a pearl necklace to go with one of the dresses I'd made. And it was, the idea I had was a very simple strand, just a single strand, and I tied it together with embroidery scissors because I didn't know how to do a clasp. And so that really just, evolved. I had a lot of comments, a lot of feedback on it, like, wow, where'd you get that? Some people were saying, okay, that's a little dangerous, but regardless, they were commenting on it. So I'd come back home one day, and then I had an idea for another necklace, and then another, and then another, and it naturally blossomed into a business.
So you mentioned that you were getting some feedback from people on one of your first necklaces that you created. How important is social media and events and anything else that you were able to talk with your customers or potential customers, people that are interested in your product, and hear what they have to say?
Well, I would have to say that the number one thing is social networking and social media for us. It's really taken our business to a whole nother level. I think that print advertising is really great, but it's not immediate. So the minute we launch something very brand new, we get feedback right away, which is just so cool. And it's also a great way to expand your network. It's number one, it really is.
Yeah, it's such a different age of technology, isn't it? There's so many layers to it, and as a writer, I know that I feel the exact same way, and then you develop these networks, and it becomes, like you say, you're at events and you see people and you get feedback, and it's immediate, and there's definitely a place for that for everybody.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's been very wonderful.
Oh, thank you. And thank you to Frocon.
My favorite part about writing is getting to meet new people, and you never know what your next project or thing that you're going to be focusing on and absorbing yourself in is going to be. A lot of the times you meet one person and that person meets somebody else, and then you meet that person, and it becomes this really amazing network of you helping other people and growing in an industry that is full of people that want exciting, and all you need is one break, and as long as you can prove yourself and keep on working at it, that break will eventually come, and you just never know when it's going to come.
Next time on Frock My World.
This year we're trying to build a new website. Could you give me maybe like a ballpark at what I'd be looking at to have this done?
I can probably do something like maybe 5,000. That's a rough estimate.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford it, really. Like, don't tell the girls yet,
Right.
but I mean, it's kind of astronomical.
This might be about you. I apologize for being rude. Wait, I'm just speaking the truth. Do you, and we'll see who's who. Girl thinks she a supermodel just because she dipped the dope, seeing goodbye.